Brodes Media.
All right, so let's start here. And it's a big picture view of the way the team is playing. There's just no swag, man. There's no swag. Think of the way DeAndre Swift ran the football. You could tell he was angry, right? You could tell he had something to prove. He was pissed off. They came into Philadelphia with a purpose. And there was once a time when this team, and maybe not so much this year, maybe when they were finding ways to win, they had it more than they do now. But just over the last few seasons, when they had the team that went all the way, when they had a team that was making serious playoff runs in 22 and in 24, you were afraid to come here. You'd be worried about your physical health. You knew it was going to be so hard, and there'd be so much damage done to your body. You would need 75,000 ice bags glued to every part of your body when you were getting back on the plane to go to your home. And there was nothing you could do about it. I'm watching Ben Johnson get naked in the locker room and start belly dancing, and the entire team celebrating, going nuts. Because that is a group that's all bought in. They're pulling in the same direction, and that's where that arrogance comes from. If you have three guys, for example, that want it, and 49, 50 that don't, you're toast. And it looks to me like this locker room, they don't really have the let's rally together mindset to get this right. They say whatever the hell they have to say, but does it feel that every single one of them, AJ, Jalen, Devontae, Nick, Patullo, are all getting together, not when they're supposed to. Hey, it's Tuesday, we go to the NovaCare. No. On a day that you're not supposed to, at a time where it's supposed to be family time. You're supposed to be hanging with your wife and kid. I'm sorry, babe, not right now. This is killing me. I can't allow for this to spiral. Jalen reached out to me. He put me in a group chat with some of the others. I'm going to the facility. I'm putting in some extra time. We got to get this right. Is that what it feels like to you? Because it doesn't feel that way to me. In fact, I haven't heard a damn peep from A.J. Brown over the last few weeks. You want to know why? He's getting his touchdowns. He's getting his yards. Why isn't he on Twitch saying, we suck? I know I'm getting my yards, but we ain't winning, and I'm angry, and I got to hold us accountable, because before, it was about holding everybody accountable. That was the tactic. But now that he's getting his yards, even though it's coming in losses, zip it. And you're telling me it's because Jeffrey Lurie gave him a little spiel on the sidelines during a Friday practice? I'm not buying it a lick. It's because he's okay since he's getting numbers again. Even if it comes with a bunch of losses. And that's where AJ's mind's at. Devontae, I think, is so disgusted, but just keeps it bottled up internally, at least from a public view. And I'm not going to act as if Jalen has no hand in the cookie jar here. Let me be very clear. I believe this starts with the head coach. If you could say you could point the finger at anybody and be right, then it's the head coach. If everything is that out of whack, and everything is that broken, and everything is that flawed, where you can point at anyone and technically be right that they're a huge problem, then it starts with the head coach. Okay? But I'm not going to act as if Jalen doesn't have any fault. Jalen does. And this could be me kind of opening up that door now that I got my original stance out of me. Come on, man. Like, come on, dude. Come on. there's more being leaked from the inside about the way Jalen Hurts doesn't want to run the football anymore to preserve his body. And don't get me wrong, I think that is something that you should consider when you're looking at where your career once was. Ankle, and then you got hit, and then the concussion. And yeah, when you keep the rock, there is a tendency to take more hits and for your body to feel more pain. And you want to make it through the regular season to be there for your team. I get that. I don't think that's dumb. Where I think it's dumb is if this is the alternative, holy shit, then sorry, you got to add more layers to it, bud. Like if you want to remove this, and what I'm referencing, if you didn't hear, Jeff McClain of the Inquirer said that Jalen doesn't want this to be part of the plan. And Jimmy Kempski also reported it on the Philly Voice that Jalen has a big say in why they're not running the football. I'm a little upset that here we go again, that the locker room feels I must, or somebody in the organization, I must use this tactic to throw the quarterback under the bus publicly, which has been happening for months now. And it's twofold. What is wrong with you? If you feel there's a real problem, there's got to be other ways to address it. But then the flip side is, did they already go down that path? And they sat down with them and said, dude, do you see how inefficient this run game is? You don't think you being a threat can open up lanes? Part of why Saquon Barkley was on a mission last year wasn't just his ability. It wasn't just the offensive line mauling people. Yes, that played a role, but you played a role, dude. Other teams had to think about you keeping the football, dude. You played a part of that. I'm going to give you credit. You played a massive part. If a defensive end or a linebacker, anybody on the field has to think for an extra half second if Jalen's going to keep it or not in an option play, that's enough for Saquon to break free. You eliminate that, you're hurting your own run game. So if they already went down the road of having to sit with him and he still flips you the double bird, then, this is what people do. So it's making me start to believe that this is why it's getting so nasty and why it's getting so public, which is why I'm starting to go, come on, Jalen, get your head out of your ass. Come on, dude. And not only that, hit some of these damn passes that are wide open. The coaching staff's making things very difficult, without a doubt. And they're putting such an insane amount of pressure on everything to be so perfect for this to click. With that said, though, there are open plays. There are open plays. Now, I wonder, does he feel backstabbed? Hold on a second. You're telling me I got to read story after story after story after story about who I am and me, yet I got to put my entire body on the line for them? And I get it. But you're the quarterback. You're the quarterback. Petty, all that stuff. You're the quarterback. And you are a guy that preaches, I'll do anything in my power to win. I'll do anything I can to make sure we score one more point than everybody else. No matter if it's a 13-12 win, no matter if it's a 7-3 win, no matter if it's a 38-35 win. I will do anything to make sure we get another W on that board. So it shouldn't matter what player X is saying publicly, player-wise. Isn't winning your MO? Then I need you to put that petty to the side and say, I'm willing to take some carries here. I'm not asking, by the way, for 15 carries for Jalen Hurts where he's not doing anything except for running the... That's not what I'm asking for, but I talked about swagger, right? I talked about personality as a team and like the lack of toughness. Jalen isn't Lamar Jackson when he runs, but I'll tell you what he is. He runs mean. He runs like a thick, he's tough to bring. Sometimes it takes 3 defenders to take down the quarterback. He squats 1 billion pounds. That sets a tone. It does. That sets a tone. That matters. And the team feeds off that stuff. And because it's eliminated, it's brutal. And if it's eliminated because of him, then that's a problem. That's a problem. And as a Jalen Hurts supporter, that would really tick me off. And I think it's getting leaked for a reason. Unless, and the fact that I have to do this deep dive of a conspiracy theory is annoying, because a few weeks back it was, they beat Green Bay, they beat Detroit, they beat the Rams, they beat the Bucks, they beat this team, they beat that team, they beat Dak Prescott week 1. They, kept going on. They beat the Chiefs. They beat all these teams. And now I have to use my magnifying glass to see who's lying. I'm going on Jerry Springer and Maury to see who's lying. And then the lie detector says, come on, man. But unless someone like Kevin Patullo is getting bothered by all this, that he wants to try and make it seem like it's Jalen's fault more than his own. Or Nick wants to blame the stop, so they throw the quarterback under the bus wrongfully, which would be evil. And as much as I love Jalen, I don't think that's the case, but I'm willing to throw everything on the table because it's that nasty inside those walls. It's nasty. And Nick Sirianni spoke today, and he did say that KP was going to continue play calling. I don't know if I buy it, though. Because if you actually listen to his tone, he said that they're looking at scheme, they're looking at everything, they're looking to kind of assess what's going on. And he said, I don't think it would benefit to share what that is, the changes. And then he was pushed back on and followed up by a media member about, so does that mean KP still calling plays? And I think he said yes. But it wasn't full of conviction for me. All I'm saying is, I think the door's still cracked where that's not the case. He's just giving you what he should say publicly right now. Because a lot of people were bashing him after the game. Look, when the game was over and there was, 30 minutes that have gone by, and he's getting drilled about the future of the play caller position where he hasn't even been able to talk to Howie or to KP or anybody yet, you're going to say, yeah, he's the play caller. Like, I don't think he should do anything else other than that. I'm talking right after the game's over. They just got their ass kicked. They have no backbone whatsoever. They get annihilated. If he's just going to say, yeah, KP's the play call, and then you can always walk things back, right? If he walks this back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and go, hey, listen, we had some more time to assess. I got to sit down with Howie. We're going to do what we feel is best for our team right now. Make no mistake about it. KP is going to be a big part of this thing. KP is still heavily involved, and he's someone I really believe in, but obviously we've been a little limited on the offensive side, and we're going to try and see if we can get a spark. If he walks it back later on in the week, I wouldn't be shocked based off of his tone during his media availability Monday afternoon.